Feeling confused, overwhelmed, stuck in your head, it is time to focus on your third eye in the best way that I think ever in this gentle yin yoga sequence for guidance. Have 2 blocks handy close by. I'll meet you on the mat. We'll begin today sitting in meditation pose, your legs crossed. You can choose to sit up on a block or a cushion if that feels more comfortable. It can help to elongate the spine and create more spaciousness in the hips. Or if you find your knees lifting off the ground, you can use blocks under your thighs or knees to help bring more support and comfort. Once you're comfortable, focus on the weight of your tailbone drawing down towards our center. Palms may rest on the thighs. Imagine a gentle pressure on your hips, rooting you down to this spot securely. On an inhale, ribs flow up and away from your hip bones, at the same time as your shoulders drape down and away from your ears. Your heart space lifts up towards the sky, and you sit tall, top of head, reaching all the way up. Allow your breath to soften, to smooth out at the edges. And as your breath softens, so does your entire body. Option to keep your eyes closed or to flutter them open as you inhale, arms out to the sides and up, palms come to touch all the way above your head. Exhale, slowly draw your palms into prayer at your third eye, in the middle and just above your brows. Inhale, arms out and up, reach them to the sky, palms touch. Exhale, draw this energy down into your third eye. Once more, arms reach, fingertips a little bit higher. Exhale, gently pull everything in to this area of awareness at your third eye. Release your arms down. Draw the soles of your feet together. If you're sitting on a block, you can choose to stay here, or you may move off as we move into a butterfly forward fold. I recommend having your heels a little bit farther away from your groin for more relaxation. But first, bring your hands to your ankles. Lengthen your spine, tailbone and top of head reach away from each other. Then exhale, hinge from the hips, keeping a flat back here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, see if you can find a little bit more space, reaching the top of your head even farther away. Then begin to round forward, forehead towards your feet, palms and arms may walk forward. Optional to use a block under your forehead here. You may want to stack your palms or your fists on your feet and rest your head on your fists. Or perhaps the weight of your head not touching your feet gently opens the back side of your body. Since we are surrendering to our ideas, the creativity, imagination that's associated with our third eye, I recommend having your palms facing up as an act of surrender, a release of control. You think that, or often at least, I like to think that my mind is really in control of me. But it's really the power that I give my thoughts that you give your thoughts It's less about control and more about what you are surrendering to, what you are choosing to believe. And knowing that you can switch your story, switch which part of your brain, the positive or the negative or the neutral, that you choose to listen to. About 3 more breaths here to completely drape forward. Notice if your body is giving you a little bit more space to hinge, drop the forehead closer. Palms face into the mat. Use a gentle pressure to help push you up as you keep your chin into your chest. Each vertebra stacks back over one another until your head comes up last. Move slowly. Stiffness is okay in yin. Might feel nice to grab hold of your ankles again as top of head extends even farther up. You notice a bit more spaciousness in your spine. Maybe even more awareness was brought to your third eye, especially if you were using a prop or your hands under this area. Keep both knees bent, but bring your left shin underneath your right for square pose. So here you want to have your lower legs stacked over each other, and you'll wiggle your ankles all the way out to the left and right until your ankles are just to either side of your knees. Keep your feet flexed here. This is to help protect your knees. And if you notice that one or both knees is lifting off the mat, you can use blocks to help reduce the space, give you some support. And if this is a no-go for you today, no stress. Lengthen your left leg and keep your right foot flexed just above your knee. This is doing the same work, still getting a nice stretch into your right hip. Whichever option you choose, hands can come to rest on your shin as you sit tall on an inhale. Exhale, sit bones into the mat. Ground yourself here. While we draw our focus to our third eye, to our ideas and imagination, we can often get really swept away with all the things that we have ideas for. It's really easy to get excited. So it's also really important to ground, to root ourselves into place so we don't get completely carried away and float up into the clouds. Option is stay here or hinge from your hips, tilt forward, round your spine as you walk your hands forward. Whether your left leg is extended or not, you can choose to do this. Let the heaviness of your shoulders pull you maybe a little bit closer to the ground for about 5 more breaths. Begin to release from the pose, bringing your upper body back up into a seated position. Hands come behind you, move any props off to the side you may need, and bring your feet to the mat wide, knees bent. And allow your legs, your knees to fall from side to side, both in the same direction in a windshield wiper-like motion. Gentle release. Switching sides, this time your left shin will come over top of your right. Stack your lower legs, mindful of ankles just past the knees, so your legs are creating a square shape as the name of the pose suggests. Or this time, right leg extends long, left leg stays bent, ankle bent. Hands to shins, sit tall, using any props you may need to support you on this side, and it may look different compared to the other. Notice if you hike your shoulders up towards your ears, can you release tension here? Allowing your neck to be soft, maybe you swallow. And option to stay here, whichever variation you're in, or to melt forward. This just intensifies the pose. You get to choose your intensity today. Sometimes we need to draw energy upward into our third eye to give us more space for imagination, for visualizations of things that we want to go well in our lives. You may choose to stay seated upright for this. And sometimes there's too much activity going on here, too much thinking, and you may feel overwhelmed. Perhaps folding forward would then feel best for you. About 3 more slow, full breaths. Slowly draw yourself back up into an upright position. Hands draw behind you. Shift your weight back so you can uncross your legs, feet back on the ground, knees high, windshield wipers once more. Notice if you feel a bit more open into your hips, more spacious. This is helping bring some relief, maybe from overwhelm or too much excitement, too much going on in your mind. Send your legs off to the side, hands forward so you come into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, push yourself back up like you're going into a downward dog, but walk your hands right away towards your feet so that you land in a forward fold. Keep a big, generous bend in your knees here so that your belly may even come to rest on your thighs and your lower back is supported, while your upper back stretches long, head is as heavy as a bowling ball. Option to keep your fingertips on the ground here, Maybe you prefer to grab hold of your elbows and let gravity do its job. Notice the foundation of your feet keeping you secure. Spread your sit bones wide. Maybe this gives you a little bit more space into your low back for the top of your head to reach down towards the ground. Release your fingertips to the mat if they're not already. And walk your feet out to about mat width distance apart, toes pointing out more than the heels. Option to use a block or 2 blocks here in Malasana Yogi Squat. Drop your sit bones down towards the floor or a prop. Even if you can do this pose without a prop, I always recommend having a block here. And then bring your hands into prayer at your heart center. Elbows push into your inner thighs. You want a gentle pressure here. Kiss your shoulder blades together to open through the front of your heart space. Then think of reaching the top of your head up and away, constantly lengthening the spine to help us open through all of our chakras, our energy centers. And draw your attention to your third eye. Maybe you even lick a finger and then gently press it towards your third eye, just between and above your eyebrows, and bring your hands back to prayer. To help you focus in on this area, how does it feel when you breathe slowly, when you take time to practice yoga? Remembering that you can access this peace and calm at any time. Overwhelm, anxiety is only temporary. Can your sit bone drop a little bit heavier? Your shoulders open a touch farther. Top of your head reach a little higher. 3 more breaths. If you are on blocks, move them out from underneath you. An option to bring your hands behind you, rest back onto your sit bones, or hands in front of you, come onto your knees, swing your legs out to the side. Feet plant on the mat, hands to backs of legs as you slowly round your spine forward and lower backside of your body completely to the mat. Coming down into Shavasana. You may wish to drape a blanket over you or put blocks or cushions underneath your knees. Whatever it is you need to get comfortable for the final bit of class. And take this time to release any expectations. whatever you may have had for this class coming in. Let them go, whatever intention you may have had, and just be in this moment. Shavasana is your time to integrate all that your body, your mind, your energetic body may have taken in as you come into stillness and silence. Allow your breath to begin to deepen. Slowly start to wake up as you wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe your head rocks from side to side as your ankles and wrists roll out. Take a big inhale as you reach your fingertips and toes away from each other. Exhale, sigh it out through your mouth as you release. Draw your knees into your chest to give yourself a juicy hug. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Roll over to your right hand side into fetal position. And stay here for as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back in a comfortable seat with hands in prayer at your heart center. Bow your head so your third eye meets your fingertips. And thank yourself for showing up on the mat today, for doing this act of self-love for your mind, body, and your soul. Bring your head back up. May you feel kind words. May you speak kind words. May you think kind words. Together, we bow forward and say thank you. When you focus your attention on your third eye, do you find there's a buzzing, a chaos, or a calmness, a relaxation? Take note of this. This is good information for you to have. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you on the mat. Until next time, have a fabulous day.